Hello, everyone. I hope you guys have been doing great lately. I wanted to talk to you guys about what I've been going through lately as a new real estate agent, and it's just been a fun journey. It's been a lot, also. In the process, I have found a new respect for real estate agents. As some of you might know, I have been coming from the appraisal and then the mortgage assistant side of things. So I had been a mortgage loan originator assistant, generating leads for mortgage purchases and refinances for a few years with my wife. And probably late last summer, I was unfortunately let go. It was July of 2022 that I lost my job. So I basically had to figure out what I was going to do next. And I went online, found Texas Real Estate Business School, taught by Micah. There was a Groupon for the class. I believe without the Groupon, it's still pretty affordable. So I did that. It took me about 45 days, and that was trying to do it 5 days a week at least, and at least 8 to 12 hours a day. And that was a pace that I went out. Maybe you would be faster. And then I took the final exam online, and then I scheduled my fingerprints. So they have these places where you do your fingerprinting at, and then they also believe run a FBI background check. And when they get your results back, then you can schedule your exam. There's the state portion of the exam and the national portion of the exam. But basically you're taking them concurrently, and you'll learn more about the structure of how many questions or whatever. But I mean, the questions are tricky. They're meant to be tricky. They're meant to make you know your stuff inside and out. And so it could all be so simple. It could be really complicated. So I would suggest that you pay attention to the material and study and really understand what you're going through as you learn the material, and ask questions as you go. The school that I went to online had supplemental video instruction. That was basically the class. And then they had reading material that was separate. It was a ton of reading. And then also there was comprehension quizzes and what else? Like tests in between. So it's not something that, if you're not passionate about and if you don't put your focus into that, it's just going to be so easy to do, unless for whatever reason you happen to have some sort of prior experience dealing in real estate. You might find it a bit easier. I was coming from appraisal mortgage side of things, as far as my professional background, and I had some real estate knowledge, but there's a lot of information. And what I specifically did as far as how I was able to pass and stay afloat and do pretty well on the final exam and on my scoring on my reviews and stuff, that gave me the confidence to be able to say, okay, I think I'm going to be able to pass the test. Because when you take the state national exam, you don't get to see your score. It just says pass or fail. So they say that a good measure is to be getting mostly A's and B's on your reviews, on your practice test, basically, so that you would know for sure you're going to pass. So that's basically what I did. Was I made sure I was getting high A's, or some of the practice exams I would take would be kind of challenging and make me question things, and then I would realize okay, in the end I only missed 2 or 3 more over here thinking I'm going to get 100, and then there's a possibility that I could get some, harder questions that I can't comprehend, or, because they really do make the material tricky, so you need to know your stuff. That's all I have to say about that part. As far as the structure of how I studied, I read the material, then I watched the instruction, then I went back and did the quiz comprehension stuff, and then when it was time for the final exam. So on Texas Real Estate Business School specifically, they have the supplemental instruction, they have the quiz portion, they have the reading portion. If there were times that I would feel like I have my head above water, so to speak, so I feel like I can sort of skim through the reading and then find something that I really don't know that stands out and then concentrate on that. That's one method to get through the reading quickly. But just to browse over it and look for keywords that are highlighted, that's not a good method at all. Also, you need to be writing everything down so that when you're taking notes, you write down. Then when you do your instruction, you write down, the important things, and almost everything that she says will in some form be on the test. So it can be really hard to sort of tell what to note take when you're reading, but one thing that I did was, if it had been mentioned before and I didn't grasp exactly what the teacher was saying about it, then I would write it down, because here's the book, right? This is word for word what I need to know, because this is what the text is saying. So I would sort of read and then have the text, and then in my own words rephrase in my notes. So I'm not writing down word for word, copying from the textbook, and that helped with comprehension. Another thing is you just want to sort of color code each day that you go in with different color pens. So let's just say Monday you're using whatever helps you. I mean, for me, I would color code not by the day, but by each chapter, or, if I would have a certain concept, or, I would do it green here and then maybe the same day pink over here, just to make the colors pop and not blend in so much. Whatever helps your brain organize. Sometimes doing the little doodles here and there can help. So pretty much after you do your final exam, you do your fingerprinting, you schedule your test. It was about 2 weeks after my fingerprinting, and I took the tests concurrently and passed the same day, and was really excited about that. The next step after that is to get your broker sponsor. You're going to have letters probably being sent to you after you pass, and your broker sponsor is basically going to be the company that you work for. So I am with eXp. I chose eXp Realty for a few reasons. One being, we did a mortgage loan for a guy who was a realtor with eXp, and he used some of his stock equity to buy a house. So I thought that was cool. He used the money as a down payment. And then we had another agent from eXp who had always been a loyalist to my wife and to my father-in-law, who are in the mortgage business. She would always take her clients to us first to get qualified, one or the other. And so I admired that. I felt like she's someone who I could trust, and that's pretty much, what it was for me. After I made the decision, I really didn't care other than just getting started, and they onboarded me, and it was pretty easy and straightforward. It took about a week, and I learned a lot, got signed up. And so a lot of people ask me, so what have you done since you've been licensed? How long did it take you and to get from there to here, and what have you done so far? So I lost my job end of July. I got licensed mid-October. I closed my first deal in December. I closed my second deal in February. I closed my third deal in April. And now I have have two buyer clients who are in the preliminary stages of qualifying. One is in the Pflugerville area and one is in San Antonio. And that's pretty much how it's been going for me. I don't feel a need to do any more than what I've been doing to get any more clients because I feel like I choose who chooses me, and that's good enough for me for now. It's taught me a lot, and so it's really rewarding. I mean, for me, it's been a journey as far as thinking that I wanted to go, and then realizing like, whoa, this is a lot. I should take my time. I don't want to burn out. I want to give quality to all those who choose me to work with them. I believe it's an honor and a privilege to be a realtor. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to get people into their homes, to assist them, to be that resource for your friends and family. So, you know, with that being said, there have been some challenges. One of them being I've had several rental referrals that didn't go anywhere. They either weren't ready exactly or they just didn't follow the direction, you know, for them to be able to succeed. So it's a give and take relationship when you're working with a real estate agent. It's not just psychological aspect of being a real estate agent is really rewarding. To be able to have people share with you their deepest fears and concerns and then sympathize with them and understand that, and then also give them the resource, the push that they need, you know, the education they need so that they can make the best decision for themselves. At the end of the day, like, it's such a rewarding career, and at the end of it, you feel like more like family than a client relationship with your clients, you know? So you go through a lot with them, and it's kind of sad when they have to go away from you, but you keep up with them and you stay in touch, and, you know, it's just a really, really rewarding career. There's so many agents out here that are really super killing it. I mean, they're doing 4 closings a week. They're working with 20 buyers a month, 20 buyers a month, you know, 10 renters a month, whatever it is. And I really admire them. I admire their hustle and their work ethic, because just for me to give quality service to the people that I work with, I couldn't imagine taking on anymore. But I can also imagine that, you know, as time goes on, everything gets easier, you get better, and like I said, I'm just out here loving this new career, and I love the fact that I can choose who chooses me, and it's a little bit different in the mortgage industry. You know, you kind of got to roll with the punches more. So my phone's about to die, you guys, but I had a really, really awesome time sharing my... Before I go, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video, and also my name is Sydney Olivares. I am in Pflugerville, Texas. I'm from Austin. I've lived in San Antonio. I have family in the Rio Grande Valley. And if you have any questions about real estate, let me know.